Before civilization, before cities and gods and stories told by firelight, there was only survival, a time when the earth itself was wild and furious, breathing smoke, swallowing forests, birthing creatures from fire and stone. Humanity was young, fragile as the wind. Our ancestors clung to existence at the mercy of a world that did not care. But deep below, something stirred, a hunger as ancient as the planet itself. From the molten fissures of the earth, awakened by radiation from fallen meteors, emerged creatures that defied imagination, blind giants that moved beneath the soil, sensing every heartbeat above. When their hunger met humanity, the war for existence began. 3 million years ago, the earth was untamed and merciless. Volcanoes carved new lands. Glaciers sculpted valleys. Lightning rained fire upon endless plains. Human life existed on the very edge, small tribes of nomads surviving through instinct alone. They lived without shelter, language, or certainty. Each sunrise brought hope and fear, but their greatest enemy was unseen. Beneath their feet, ancient creatures had been reborn. Worms, once small scavengers of deep, twisted by cosmic radiation into towering, flesh-colored serpents with jaws like saws and bodies longer than trees. A faint tremor passes through the ground as a young hunter bends to drink. Dust dances in the air. The ground shifts again. The tribe freezes. Then an explosion of soil. A monstrous worm erupts from the earth, mouth wide, ringed with teeth, the sound of grinding stone echoing through the valley. The world itself became a predator, and humankind, its trembling prey. For the early tribes, every breath was a negotiation with death. They hunted cautiously, always aware that too much sound could summon the monster from below. They learned to move like shadows, slow, deliberate, in rhythm with the wind. Their tools were simple: sharpened stones, carved bones, crude wooden spears. Yet with them, they brought down small prey, lizards, birds, and sometimes the mighty mammoth. A mammoth heard grazes in the distance. The hunters stalked them silently, hearts pounding, their every step sending tiny ripples through the soil. They hunted with patience and courage. But each thud of a spear was a warning bell to what slept beneath. The ground begins to shake. Birds scatter into the sky. A rumble grows louder. A deep, choking sound of earth being devoured. A massive worm bursts upward, its skin glistening with slime and ash. The tribe screams, scattering in panic. One man falls. The worm's maw closes over him, dragging him beneath the earth in an instant. They learn the price of noise. The monster hunted by vibration, not sight. To live, they had to listen. To every whisper, every tremor. From terror came the first lessons in strategy. Humanity began to think, not just react. It was not only the worms that threatened mankind. The world teemed with giants, saber-toothed predators, towering sloths, horned beasts that ruled the plains. Every day was a battle. Every hunt, a gamble. But in facing beasts of tooth and claw, humanity discovered something greater than strength, intelligence. Tribes set traps, pits camouflaged with leaves, baited with decaying meat. Spears hardened in flame gleam under the moonlight. For the first time, humans began to shape the world around them. They became creators of defense, architects of death. A worm tunnel looms before them. Steaming, foul, a hunter steps forward, torch raised high. The flame flickers, the worm recoils, screeching. Fire, the first weapon of dominance. What once kept them warm now turned the tide of war. They learned that light could blind, heat could drive back the worm, and together, they could fight what no one could face alone. Men with torches circle a worm emerging from the earth. They strike its sides with flaming spears. The creature rides, thrashing through soil and smoke until it collapses, still and silent. It was the first time mankind had slain a god of the earth. And with that victory, they would no longer pray. The battle for survival forged something deeper than courage, unity. Families became tribes. Tribes became communities. Fear taught them cooperation. No one could face the worms alone, but together, they learned to outsmart the monsters that once ruled them. Hunters communicating through hand signals. Children gathering dry bark. Elders mapping the tremors in the earth with sticks in the sand. They spoke through gesture and rhythm. They learned patterns, how the worms move with vibration, how to lure them with thrown stones. They created false footsteps to draw the beasts into traps, pits lined with sharpened bones, ignited with burning tar, a coordinated ambush. The tribe beats drums in the distance to lure the worm. The creature rises, sensing prey, and moves toward the sound. But beneath its path, the ground gives way. The pit collapses. The beast falls in, roaring as flaming spears rain down from above. From fear was born the first spark of intelligence. From unity, the first glimpse of society. Each victory brought knowledge. Each death, a lesson. Humanity was evolving, not in body, but in mind. Generations passed, and the great worms grew fewer. Fire had turned their hunting grounds into deserts. Humanity had taken control of the surface, but the fight had cost them dearly. Entire clans were lost. Children born into fear grew into warriors shaped by pain. They did not fight for victory, only for existence. The tribe's last great battle, a colossal worm emerging from a volcanic ravine, molten light shimmering across its armored hide. Flaming spears pierce its body. The tribe screams as one. The creature thrashes, collapsing into the burning chasm below. And just like that, the last great beast was gone. The earth was silent once more. In their triumph, humanity had done the impossible, not by strength but by will. They were no longer the hunted. They were the masters of a fragile, changing world. From the ashes of war rose the seeds of civilization. Fire became a tool, not a weapon. Stone became craft, not defense. The age of fear had ended. The age of man had begun. From those desperate nights of fire and blood, humanity carried forward a single truth: that survival is not inherited. It is earned. The courage that face a mutant worm still beats within us. The instinct to endure, to adapt, to fight the impossible. Every skyscraper, every spark of invention, every light that pushes back the dark, began with that first fire, that first cry of defiance against the beasts of the earth. We are the children of those who refuse to die. The heirs of fear turn to flame. And though the monsters are gone, their echo remains in the strength of humankind.